Gary Sampson has always viewed life through the lens. He got his first camera when he was 12.
I just fell in love with photography and the idea that when I go and press that shutter release, I'm making a photograph that says, this is how I see the world.
As a kid in the 60s, he'd roam the streets of Manchester photographing old buildings, feverishly capturing his world in black and white.
I especially like to go down into the Amoskeag Mill Yard and photograph these great textile buildings that were in some state of decay.
Gary drew inspiration from other photographers. He was fascinated by pictures taken during the Great Depression for the Farm Security Administration. Photographers were sent out to document the plight of the rural poor in the 1930s and 40s. Dorothea Lange's migrant mother photos are some of the most iconic images in American history.
The power of those photographs stayed with me, and I always thought that at one point in my life I would love to do a documentary project on New Hampshire that recorded life over a period of time.
Decades later, Gary has fulfilled his dream. New Hampshire Now is a photographic exhibition and picture book. The images were captured over a 2.5-year period by a small band of professional photographers who canvassed the state, grabbing snapshots of everyday life, the beauty and the grit.
We focus primarily on working people. It's not a book about people of great accomplishment. It's about, I would say, workers and artists and life and pastime and how we celebrate in the state.
Ian Raymond shot 45 photos in the book and 37 in the exhibits. He himself covered nearly every town in the state.
We'd just hop in the car and go for a ride. We'd put the camera gear in the car with no particular destination in mind, no direction in mind, and we would just hit the road and see what we could find.
What he found was a treasure trove of uniquely expressive moments, like young Calvin feeding his horse in Leominster, an elderly man loading up hay bales on a farm in East Andover, and the annual wonder of exploding colors.
I wanted to get something that was more what I consider New Hampshire.
Nothing screams New Hampshire more than milking a cow by hand. Ian snaps dozens of shots while Claire Eckert works daily chores on her farm in Plymouth. Here's the money shot featured in the book.
I think just growing up on a farm, the farm life, country life, that's really what New Hampshire's all about.
Photographers began shooting mid-2018 for what was initially supposed to be an 18-month project. Then COVID struck.
When we started photographing, we could not anticipate the pandemic. We could not anticipate Black Lives Matter. I don't think that the homeless was on my radar screen or anybody else's, but as these events in our lives unfolded, we all sensed that this was going to create a much richer story, a much richer visual story to tell.
And much more historically significant. The project was extended to November 2020. A new world came into focus. Widespread sickness, economic shutdown, racial justice, homelessness, and political strife. Photos were whittled down to the 250 published in the book. Another 400 are on display at 8 exhibits around the state. The entire collection will be permanently archived with the New Hampshire Historical Society. President Bill Dunlap recognizes its value now and foresees its significance in 100 years.
The photographic images tell a story in a way that written words can't entirely do it.
Gary unflinchingly turned his lens towards despair on the streets of Manchester, capturing the homeless being fed a meal. A closer look picks up something else: conversation, even laughter, between the giver and the receiver.
It was so moving to see people caring about other people, people who can't always care for themselves. And for me, that's where photography can be just this incredible tool to show the kindness and the compassion that we're all capable of.
Art historian Inez McDermott says the diversity of images shows New Hampshire's cultural breadth. The book's layout is purposefully chronological.
You may be looking at a Black Lives Matter protest, and then on the next page is a beautiful bucolic scene of a lake in the North Country. I love that it's a reminder that life goes on, that people are engaging with the world in different ways at sometimes the very same time.
At times, history happens so quietly. In the last photograph of the book, Gary captures the ordinariness during extraordinary times. This photo, taken the day after the contentious presidential election.
I thought, this is everyday life, and life goes on during the pandemic. And here, with my wide-angle lens, I'm showing a barbershop, which is an activity that many of us are involved with on a monthly basis.
The scenes can be easily overlooked, but when viewed through Gary's lens, you witness defining moments.